All right, now on page 112, they want us to think about how we use our verbs because oftentimes, again, your writing can show a mental picture if you write well. So they say this at the top, they say, interesting writing often depends on the selection of the right action word. Some verbs make better pictures than others. It is easy to form a specific mental picture of someone gulping his food. Is the picture as definite if the verb just said eating as usual? Instead of exclusively writing the verbs that show a general class of action, use a thesaurus and a dictionary. Now, you may not have a thesaurus or dictionary ready right now. I think we can use our own imaginations and use the words that we already are familiar with in order to complete this exercise. Okay, let's look at number 1 together. The lame man went down the street. Now, again, the man is lame, so we need to find a verb that will be more specific than the word went. So you could say he hobbled down the street. You could say the lame man crept down the street. Maybe he crawled down the street. Now I'm going to use the word crawled right here because, again, if he's lame and he has no one to help him, that would give us the mental picture of what he would have to do in order to move from one location to the other. So I'm going to put in the word crawled. Now you may think of a better action verb to put for the word went, and if so, go ahead and write it right here in the blank. Okay, look at number 2. The thief entered the house. Well, automatically, if I think of a thief and he has entered the house, I'm going to think he robbed the house. Okay, so give me another verb here that we can place in the word or for the word entered, and go ahead and write it here on the blank. Number 3, the nurse walked quietly through the room. Well, why don't we just say the nurse crept through the room? Okay. Now again, you can choose another word here. And again, my stylus is terrible, so I apologize for my writing. But the nurse crept quietly through the room. So think of some good action verbs that you can place in for the italicized word to make it more exact, to make it a person to be able to get a mental picture of what's going on. Okay, so go ahead and finish this exercise and finish 4 through 6. Now, you do not have to look up in the thesaurus, so we're just going to mark that one out. Okay, then we're going to come down here, and they just want you to look at these sentences. Tell me if it is a simple sentence or is it a compound sentence. Now, remember, a simple sentence will just contain one thought, okay, without that comma, coordinating conjunction, or semicolon. A compound sentence will contain 2 thoughts with either a comma, coordinating conjunction, or a semicolon. So go ahead and complete the remember section here on page 112. Okay, let's go to page 113. Now on page 113 it says, verbs can show a state of being. You no doubt recognize the following list of verbs. They are all forms of the verb be. These verbs do not show action. They indicate existence. Now that's what's really important, and I want you to understand this. They indicate existence. So all of these words right here that we're looking at are indicating existence. Am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been. Okay? Now can you see why the verbs in the following examples are called state of being verbs? Are they showing action? Are they helping another verb? Let's look and see. I am in my seat. Now notice am is going to be my state of being verb there, okay? And I is your subject. Now am is not showing anything. It is not doing anything, okay? So that's why it's referred to as a state of being. Mia is not here yet. Again, is our linking verb. It's a state of being verb. Mia is our subject, but realize that verb is not doing anything. However, it is still our verb because it's in a state of being. So understand these are still verbs, but they are state of being. So again, you need to know this list. Am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been. Okay, that's really important for you. All right, let's go down here to this last exercise of the day. And it says this, write a verb in each of the following sentences. In the blank before the number, write action or being. Okay, so looking at page 113, number 1, it says, where blank the Andes Mountains. So again, what we're going to think of is what verb can we place in here? And automatically, probably this linking verb or being verb are comes to mind. So where are, because we're asking the question, where are the Andes Mountains? Okay, so we're going to write are here. And then we're going to come over here on the blank, and automatically we know, Because again, if we come back here, our list of stating being verbs, are is one of those lists, is on that list. So again, we're going to write linking, okay? Okay, look at number 2. Mom, what pot roast for dinner? You can say she cooked, she made, anything like that. I'm going to use the word cooked because I think that's the better word. So I'm going to say cooked pot roast for dinner. Now you can't say mom is pot roast or mom am or are pot roast. So notice we can't use a state of being verb there, but we can use an action verb. And that's what the word cooked is here. Now if you can think of a better word, go ahead and use that there for number 2. Okay, look at number 3. The sailboat, automatically the word comes to mind, sailed across the water. Okay, you could say skimmed across the water, shimmied across the water. There's all kinds of things, all kinds of verbs that you can place there. But notice the sailboat is performing the action, so we know this is going to be an action verb. Now, understand the verbs that you place in here can vary somewhat, but you need to make sure that it makes sense. And then, of course, if it's an action verb, if the subject's performing that action, make sure you write action in the blank. If it's a linking verb, write linking in the blank. Now, what I need for you to do is finish all the way down to question number 10 and review anything that you had a question about, and that will be it for today. So again, finish pages 111, 112, and 113. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow.